Alright, everybody, if you haven't seen the Endgame, the Avengers Endgame, it is time to leave. Joshua.
Yes.
Yep. We're doing all the spoilers here, so if you haven't seen the film, just leave. There's not even going to be a moment pause to be able to talk about non-spoilers. We're talking
Pretty
moments, little bits and pieces, so proceed at your own risk, but hashtag don't spoil Endgame.
Yeah, usually when when we give this sort of warning at the beginning, I'm like, oh, look, it's not that big a deal. This one is, you have to leave. You really have to leave.
You know how the Russos were like, you know nothing, the trailers aren't giving anything away. They didn't. They didn't. So if you're like, oh, I think I know what's going on, you don't, leave. Please just leave.
Get out of here.
But I think they've all left now, Joshua. As we always do, just to open, how'd you feel?
I feel very good. I'm very happy. And on the way home, the guy that I saw it with was like, so you want to see it tomorrow? And I was like, It's probably all still sold out, but
yeah, totally.
I very much do. Yes. Yeah, I'm feeling way good up top. I shed some tears.
What about down low?
No one's down low. Look. Yeah.
That's ass.
That's yeah. Oh man. It is America's butt.
America's butt.
Hell yeah. How did you feel?
I don't know.
Okay.
I definitely enjoyed it, but I mean we're about to go straight into it, but it's not the first thing that happens. But the second thing that happens in the movie, I didn't like, and it put me in a bad taste in my mouth. That thing also came back later, and it was like I had 18 warheads at once, and I was like, oh god, I feel sick. But we'll get to that.
Let's start from the top.
I nailed it.
Yeah, we
Probably
did.
Like 5 years ago, I nailed it.
Hell freaking yes. What a thing. Oh.
So we've got, as you would have seen in trailer 1 or 2, Hawkeye on his farmhouse with his family. They're all chilling outside, and then they dust because her name isn't Kate, but she should be Kate Bishop.
She's gotta be Kate Bishop.
Surely. She goes to get the arrow, but then she's not there from behind the tree, and he's looking for her, and then he looks for the family, and they're gone, and then, yeah.
And then the movie starts. It's such a good intro.
My god, I was very happy.
Yes.
The opening Marvel logo, the music over it was a bit odd.
It was.
No, I know because it ends up being in Quill's ship and it makes sense, but I was like,
It was, it was a little bit weird because it's so, like, playful.
Yeah.
But a whole bunch of people just died.
Yeah, and it didn't, like, in terms of lyrically, I mean, it probably does, but it didn't feel like it fit anything that then came or had come before, so it was a bit strange.
Right. Okay.
But, then we get Nebs and Tony in the ship, and I'll cut to the chase. Probably my favourite scene in the film of them playing table football.
Oh, that was great. It's such a high school thing. Yeah. I can't believe Tony knows about that.
Oh, God.
It's fantastic.
That was just, we were talking about it on the car ride home, and I think that's my scene of the film. But then we get a slightly more extended version of the trailer speech.
Man, he's looking bad. I don't remember him looking that bad in the trailer.
No.
Oh,
they definitely held back on that.
He looks like me. He looks very...
I didn't want to say that, but when it happened, Zara leant across to me and went, Josh can cosplay that. And I went, you know what? And as we'll get to later, I was like, we should wheel you around Supernova with an IV drip.
Oh, buddy, how good is that?
It was so cool.
Oh, that's too good.
Well, it'll happen one day.
Oh, one day.
One day. But yes, so this is where my first... I don't like it. I didn't like that it was just Captain Marvel and she picked up the ship and brought it home.
That was real random. I was hoping they would explain that. I was hoping they'd be like, this is why she knew that he was there. It's like, she just popped out of nowhere. What is happening?
Like, I thought it might have been like Iron Man 3 when he records a message in the helmet and gives it to Pepper gets the message from the other suit. And maybe the message was being beamed back and they managed to track him. But it never comes up. Also, it means if you hadn't seen Captain Marvel, you're just supposed to assume she's there. Like, there's no context to how she got there unless you saw the post-credit scene of Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
That doesn't end up being a thing, which is probably fine. But wow, that was
which is
weird.
also sort of what you were hoping for.
Yeah, I just didn't want that to be in the movie.
You didn't want it to be in there?
And then, Tony has a little bitchy time in his wheelchair, which I loved because it's like a twist on the speech from Age of Ultron. I love that he twisted it to be, we did lose, and we lost together, and that sucks. It's not, we lost together, and that's great. It's like, no.
Well, it's kind of like we lost, but we didn't entirely lose together.
Yeah, totally. You went there and stuff.
Yeah.
I liked that twist because I was like, it's got to come up, that speech, and I liked how they did a little twist on it. Yeah,
and I guess that's like you can kind of sympathize with Tony for being like he almost died. He's just been floating through space for like nearly a month with like living off rations.
Yeah.
He's allowed to be a little bit grumpy.
Yeah,
I think,
and a bit of PTSD from Iron Man 3 kind of shone through
and most of his life. Yeah, his totally. Whole life is just. I'm surprised he's not worse.
I'm surprised the dream sequence didn't come up.
Yeah,
as much as it probably should have.
I thought it was close. It seemed close towards the end, but yeah.
Yes, yeah. But yeah, and then I was like, and then what happens? Oh yeah, they go to Thanos' house.
Oh yeah,
some other stuff, but they go to Thanos' house. There's a little tiff, and then Thor just chops the head.
Yep, they just kill him. And our mate Rob said that he has been predicting that for like since Infinity War. He was like, he's gonna die within the first hour.
Mm-hmm. We were talking about it beforehand, and we were talking about. I'm like, I think Thanos isn't important, and they'll kill him fairly early on, and they'll worry about it, and there'll be a different threat or something. So it's kind of right.
Yeah.
Not quite, but kind of right.
Yeah. That was pretty... It was still pretty, like, confronting.
Yeah.
Because they just go there, they do it, and no one's better.
Yeah, totally.
It doesn't fix anything at all.
Nah.
Thor gets worse.
It gets worse.
He's like... Man. Oh, man. Well, let's talk about Thor for a second.
Yeah,
he's hilarious.
Pretty much all of us, apart from Josh, who has now got an easy cosplay to do. He was literally before going in. Josh, who you may have seen in some videos, but he looks a bit like Thor with a lot of weight. And before going in, he was like, "I'd love to do a proper one and buy the suit, but I have to lose weight." And then afterwards, I'm like, "Mate, you've got an excuse now."
Yeah. He can eat more.
Yeah, totally. Pump it into you. But I kind of felt that joke almost overextended its welcome a little bit. Near the end, I was like, I wanted him to use the hammer and get, like, when the scales came on it fixed him, basically.
Yeah,
so I was like, I don't want to see him fat in the suit. Like, that was a bit silly. But it was funny. Yeah, okay. It was very funny.
Yeah, it was. And frickin' Korg was there.
Oh god, playing Fortnite. I was
playing Fortnite.
It was funny. It was fine.
I didn't mind at all that they were playing Fortnite. Because like, alright, Fortnite, like, no one's making new games. So totally, Fortnite's that's probably all people have anymore. Mm-hmm. It's totally fine. And they didn't harp on it. It was just a shot of Fortnite.
Yeah, totally.
And you're like, that's pretty good. Fine with that.
But all in all, and the entire theatre screamed, which I was surprised by, they rebuilt Asgard in Norway, kind of like in the comics.
Yes. Yeah, I was sort of hoping when it said New Asgard, they would like go over Norway and then pan up.
Yeah.
And it would just be like the floating city.
Yeah,
above Norway. Because if you don't know the comics, guys, Asgard does get destroyed at some stage, and then they rebuild it as New Asgard, which is floating, I think, somewhere above America.
I think, yeah, that's true.
But yeah, I was sort of hoping for that, but this is fine. This is good enough, and it's great.
Yeah,
I'm surprised people reacted.
People screamed.
We had some reactions, but not many throughout the film.
I started it.
I tried to start some claps, but it didn't happen.
Yeah, people freaking love that. Yeah, I liked that was a thing, and I like that that's a thing going forward as well. I think. Yeah. And I mean, we might as well talk about it now because that's one of the big changes. A lot of other big changes we'll have to get to. But they said this was the end, and it's more than the end. It's a reboot. it's basically replaced almost every single element into a new way. You know, Banner has obviously changed a lot. Yeah, Asgard is on Earth, stuff like that. Thor is with the Guardians. Like, they've rebooted the franchise in a very subtle way, and I'm very happy about it.
Yeah, they pretty much just put all of the main elements in a can and then shook the can.
Yeah,
and then,
totally.
And then poured it out and went, yeah, that's it. That's what we're doing now. We shook up the formula. We have our new series going ahead. Let's do this. Ooh,
and I really liked that they didn't backtrack on it as well. I was worried that at some point in the movie all this weird new stuff was going to twist, and it was like it would go back to normal. But I love that that's where we left it. It still all happened.
Yep, for sure.
And one of my main concerns about Infinity War was whether the deaths would ever matter and whether it's worth watching both movies. And it's like, Infinity War is the death of that universe and Endgame is the birth, so you have to watch the movies. It hasn't ruined the end of Infinity War.
Yeah, for sure. And that was one of the things they seemed to really focus on was they're not changing the past, they're just fixing the future and keeping the past exactly the same.
Yeah.
So they're not pulling an X-Men.
Yep.
They're not making everything completely irrelevant at all. They're just going back and using the knowledge that they knew from before, and also pieces of the movies from before, bringing them into the future and then sending them back. Nothing changes other than they've saved the universe.
Yeah.
It's great.
I love it, and I think the greatest thing they did was to bring up Back to the Future and Terminator and like go, it's not that, because then instantly you can't be like, yeah, but if they change that, because that's what those films do, but this one is like, yeah, no, that's not how we're playing this. Like, 100% don't use logic from other films. This is a different way of doing time travel.
Yeah, for sure.
Which was really
Can
good.
we, for the sake of this, because my brain is still dying a little bit, can we not pull apart the time travel stuff in this podcast at least?
Look.
I don't care enough.
No.
It's fine.
Not in the slightest. The only thing within all the time travel stuff, which is interesting to me, but also it feels like it's part of that timeline, as they say, is Loki getting the cube. Because that's a thing that happens, and he uses it, and it's the Space Stone, so he can go away to a place. So let's change the events of the end of Avengers, but if that's just...
So I wonder if that's where his TV show goes.
Maybe it's an alternate universe. Loki's still around.
What he does with the thing. Interesting.
Maybe. But before we get onto that awesome stuff, we get the 5-year gap, everything's changed. Something I really loved was that, and you may have gotten this, was that Cap was he was running Sam's veterans thing.
You know how Sam's vets.
Yeah, it's the same building and everything.
Cool. I had not thought about that. That's awesome.
It's such a cool moment. I got really excited. But yeah, that was cool. I liked that it showed that he wanted to continue his stuff. And it also, as we'll get to, is a good thing to set up that he wanted to continue something Sam did, and it shows that he likes Sam a lot because something happens with Sam. But yeah, then it turns out all the characters are across the planet and across, in the case of Rocket and Captain Marvel, across the universe, just helping, basically.
Yeah.
Which was a really cool thing. So after, within the 5 years, everyone was like, I'm going to help.
Pretty cool, yeah. And yeah, the fact that they're just sort of sent throughout the world and the universe to do that, and all sort of reporting back to Black Widow, who's trying to run everything, but also freaking struggling.
She can't even eat a piece of toast in peace.
It's great. Yeah, my mate who... It's interesting, because now we've sort of covered, I guess, the first hour-ish.
Yes.
My mate who I saw it with, he did not like the first hour. He said it was far too slow.
Oh!
I thought it was
rocketing.
I thought it was going very fast, just jumping, like, here's the thing.
Yeah.
We just have to get everything together, and now we can move forward.
Yeah.
It was like, nah, he was like, they were just taking so long, everything, like, things seemed pointless, and why were they looking at this? I'm like, they had to set up the world. They had to, like, show so much space about, look, this world is so broken, and everyone
and this is the world we're using as well. So they had to set it up.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I don't know how else they would have done it.
No.
Without having a bit of space.
Yeah. But when it got to the time travel-y bit, was the hour mark, and Sam and I looked at our phones and we're like, has it been an hour? it feels like it's been like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, it just like, even, and my mum and dad went and saw it, and both of them were like, that wasn't 3 hours. Like, that was like two and a half.
Yeah,
like,
2.5. Yeah.
Yeah. It was mental. It really did bullet. It was crazy. Like, we're going to forget things because so much happens.
Oh, man. We really are. I want to see it, like, so many more times just to... Yeah, please.
But, yeah, some stuff happens. There's all that reporting stuff. And it kind of just... It rockets along to bringing everyone back together to form a team because Ant-Man comes back. And I know we said we're going to leave these things till the end, but throughout the film, they used the right themes, and Will was very happy.
Yes. Yeah,
like
I did notice that for little bits, especially like when I saw the credits and it was like, this person's theme, this person's theme, this person's theme. I'm like, yes, excellent. Because
when he arrives and lands, because a rat turned it on, sure. I mean, that just sums up Ant-Man in general, really.
Yeah,
just he stumbles into everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
When he falls out and it goes... And I was like, ah!
It did the thing.
I was very happy.
Great.
Alan Silvestri once again scored this one. He scored Infinity War and and the original Avengers and Captain America
Back to the Future.
And Ready Player One, if that excites you.
Oh yeah.
But because he scored the first Avenger, man, they milked that theme. That kept popping up all the time, which is fine. But they definitely made use of that. And
they didn't milk it as much as they did for Incredibles.
This is true. This is very true.
That's the only theme they freaking have.
Find something new.
Please.
Though, and we will get to it, I believe, and I'm just dying for this soundtrack, that a piece of music, and I want to hold this off for as long as possible, but a piece of music used in a scene at the end that is slow, I believe is a guitar/piano soft version of our favorite theme from the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I believe it is that.
Interesting. As soon as I started hearing that acoustic guitar, I'm like, I'm learning that.
Yeah.
Whenever we get that, I'm freaking grabbing my guitar and I'm going to work out how to play it.
Well, let's get there.
Gorgeous.
So Tony's home, and oh man, this is one of the reasons, like, this film hurt me, because I was like, I don't want him to lose this. He has a family. He has a family.
Yeah, married and has a kid.
Oh man, my heart.
Yeah, that kid's adorable too.
Yes!
Oh man, what a little angel.
I'm happy we trade Tiny... I mean, I'm not happy at all that we trade Cassie Lang for that. If that kid sticks around, I'm fine.
That.
Well, look, here's... well, I should have used that for Cassie Lang, who, in 5 years, seems to have aged 10? Or maybe 15?
She seems significantly older than she should be.
Yeah!
And can I also just point out, just quickly, since we're on the fact that Ant-Man's daughter is a thing now.
Yeah.
Look, everyone knows, Spider-Man comes back as well.
Yeah.
They are now the same age.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Are they going to be in high school together? Like,
that would be cool.
They're the freaking same age now. They're going to be friends.
Oh,
please,
and then they bring in, like... oh, no, they've already... I mean, Iron Fist and stuff aren't relevant, but they can do, like, the Spider-Man when it's, like, young Iron Fist and...
they could.
The Tigress or whatever, the white tiger.
Yeah. They can bring in all the
mini
ones.
young Avengers. Yes.
Oh,
and Kate Bishop, if she's a thing.
Kate Bishop, yes.
Yeah. My God.
Right. Very good. So, it should be Stinger, right?
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Here we go.
Please. Mm-hmm. I mean, I was a little bit sad that we had to lose one of the cutest actresses.
Me too. She's got to be one of the best things in the Marvel universe.
Oh, yeah. Fantastic. That hurts that we lost her. But yeah, this new kid seems lovely. This, like... I want to be that dad. I want to be the... I was like, I'm not stopping. Good. I want to be that dad. There's a great scene later where he keeps saying shit, which I wish he had said language. I was hoping he would say language. But she connives him into getting juice boxes, and I'm like, that's me. I'll be that dad.
It's so cute. I love it.
Yeah. And it'll only break our heart later. But yes... So they turn up with Lang and trying to convince him to do it, and he won't do it. But then, of course, because it's Tony, he does it. But before that, they go and check out the Hulk. With one of the strangest scenes in the entire film.
I love it. It's so dumb, but it's fantastic.
The scene just kept going.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. So basically, the rumors were all true. We do have Professor Hulk. And it's fantastic. Everyone knows him. Everyone loves him. Like, He's a celebrity. The kids want to take a selfie with him.
Yeah.
And then the freaking Ant-Man, like, do you want a photo with Ant-Man? And no one knows who the hell Ant-Man is. And
there's a face that little kid pulls. That was the greatest thing.
Yes.
The one in the middle. He just, the whole theater just lost it.
Yeah. It was perfect.
They were real children, like, going, oh my god, it's the Hulk, and yeah, I guess.
Yeah, who are you? Like,
it was such a great, dumb scene.
Mm-hmm. And it felt like it went for about 10 minutes.
Yeah, dude.
They're just back and forth. Bit. Like, oh, you sure? Nah, it's alright. They've already said no. Yeah, but...
This guy wants to he's saying photo. Yes. Look, he's saying yes.
Yeah, no, he said no. Did you hear him? He said no.
Yeah. Oh, guys. It's like, I could imagine that ILM is looking at it going, do I have to animate him for that long? Can't you just cut the scene?
It's great.
Very funny. And then while Tony's working on the stuff, which he successfully does it, we get some tests of time travel with Scott. And again, a scene that probably goes too long.
Yeah, just a little bit too many. I was half expecting old Scott to be Stan.
Yeah, totally.
I thought when he came through, I'm like, is it? Oh, it's not Stan.
Yeah. Yeah, that sequence was very strange.
Yeah, it was good.
But yeah, and then Tony turns up in his what's it called? S&G or something? The brand new Audi that still has the badge that has its name.
Does. Yeah, from the promo video and stuff that you sent me the other day. It's all on YouTube, people.
Yeah.
Check it out.
But when it turned up, I was like, could they not have just put a number plate on?
Yeah.
Why does it have the thing? But they reunite with a happier version of Tony, and it's a really good scene. I like how they did their returning to as they once were. Which, here's the thing, Tony and Cap were never in the best of standings at any point.
Yeah.
Really. They were always a bit dickish, but I like that they got them to a nice point in this film.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, they were working together at least at the start of Ultron.
Yeah.
But then things fell apart, but we never really saw them completely gelling.
Yeah.
I think there was always a bit of a power struggle between them. And obviously conflict of interest. But yeah, this works.
It was such a good dynamic.
Well. Yeah.
Hawkeye has a moment before all the time travel stuff goes down.
Oh, yeah.
We get... Will was very happy. Samurai Hawkeye. Ronin, of course. He never gets name dropped, but it's Ronin from the comics.
Yes.
Yeah, I loved it. I love that Hawkeye gets to look cool almost the entire film. It made me very happy.
It's looking pretty damn badass. Man, he kills a lot of people.
He does. Like, when the guy he's like, you're, Thanos killed half of the people, but you're killing the rest. And then the guy's like, and there's just like 7 bodies next to him. It's like, I feel like that guy actually has a point there,
Yeah,
Clint.
he's got a bit of a point.
Yeah. But I also love that I know people won't notice and they'll just still pretend that Hawkeye's a bit of a shit character, but he knows that Natasha's there the whole time and you can kind of feel it.
Yeah.
Like, he's like, just give me a sec.
Yeah.
And then...
I just got to do this.
Yeah.
And hello.
And hello, yeah. Oh, man. Here's the thing. I didn't cry at any point in this film, but that reuniting part almost got me there. It was just very nice.
It was.
I'm sure you cried a lot at a certain point in the movie.
But we'll get
a strange thing is that Hawkeye is the one that gets to test it. I get it as to where he goes, but it's like they're about to put Scott into it, and then he pops in and he's like, I'll do it. And it was like, but wasn't he about to?
Yeah.
All of a sudden.
Scott's sort of like, he's kind of bumbling, he's a little bit unsure about the whole process anyway, but I feel like Hawkeye's just like, I think he just didn't have anything left to lose in his mind.
Yeah, totally.
He's like, I don't care what happens. Whatever. Yeah, like, it doesn't matter. You guys will just fix it anyway. I'm just going to test this for you. I don't care.
Yeah.
Very good. Strong character moment. Love it.
Very good. Good stuff. Hawkeye gets so much good stuff in this movie.
He's so good. He's always been so good. Why?
Yes.
People are the worst.
Yeah, I hope that now whenever I say it, people won't be dicks. That he is the best. It of course works, and like, look, I don't want to go through the whole plot because it's a bit silly to do so, but it works, and that's kind of the most important thing, is it works, and then they go to multiple different points in the Marvel Cinematic Universe's history, and it was
They
very
do,
cool.
and it's just a big old love letter to the entire series.
Yeah.
Even arguably one of the worst films, Thor 2.
Yeah, totally.
They even go back there and they make that important.
Yeah. I don't know if Natalie Portman was in it. Like, I know she's in the end credits, but I'm like, surely she wasn't on set to just stand up.
Yeah. I don't know. I need to rewatch the movie. I need to, like, rewatch both of those scenes.
Yes.
I'm like, that easily could have potentially just been a scene straight out of Thor 2, like
totally.
most of the other parts of different movies were.
True.
But
That's
it could have just been her standing up, like waking up, standing up and moving, and then they cut to a point where Rocket's walking around.
Yeah, because he pops up behind the chair. I like that one. That's probably one of my favourite of the bunch of them. Avengers is a lot of fun when they go back to New York. We'll get there, but I quite liked it because it gives Thor a moment with his mum, which Dark World just kind of, he goes, and then they just move on. Whereas this one, it gives him a moment for him, and it gives him a moment for her, and then it kind of makes sense that she doesn't try to, cling to life as they do in superhero movies. It's like, I've had my moment with you already.
Yeah.
In an interesting way.
Yeah, for sure. It was one of the best ones, especially like in terms of actually deep character building with Thor.
Yes.
Because we never get that, but we finally got a bit of that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because Thor's always been kind of a little bit crap and shallow for 1 and 2, and then just fun and funny and free.
But not much of a character.
Yeah, you get a few little hints when, like in Infinity War, where he's like basically saying, "I've lost everything," but then he makes a joke out of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's a very broken boy.
Absolutely.
And his mum brings that up. She's like, "You're not the Thor that I know." He's like, "Yeah, sure I am." She's like, "Time has not been kind to you."
Yeah.
He's like, "Yeah, I'm from the future." That's the best.
Yeah, totally.
He's like, "I'm totally from the future."
Yeah. I like when movies, I mean, it doesn't quite work when Tony meets someone later, but I like when movies do mothers know. Mothers just always know. Like in Spider-Verse, when Aunt May sees Peter Parker. She's like, I know who you are. I know you're not mine, but you're mine,
Yeah.
I loved that. It was a good character moment. And just to touch on Rocket in this movie, so much fun, but I wish he had something else to do. It kind of was just there. Out of all the characters that survived, he was the one that never really got a character moment. He was just there to be there.
Yeah.
To fill in gaps.
I really liked his moments. The moments that he had were great. He's very funny. He was sort of fairly consistently like the
butt of jokes.
Like the lighthearted sort of part of it. Sort of break the tension a little bit. He had some great moments, but it would have been nice if he had a bit more of a moment with Groot, for example. Like they didn't get all that much of a reunite scene.
It's like he literally gets thrust into his arms and he's like, oh.
Yeah. And like he's the one who throughout the whole film keeps going, "We've all lost people. I've lost people. I've lost everything.
Yeah.
He took everything away from me." And then that's it. Like we don't see major closure for him. Yeah. It's sort of there and we know it's happened, but it's not shown all that much.
And like this is the movie of the OG6, and I get that, but Nebula got so much characterization and stuff, and it just felt like it was very obvious that we've got the short end of the stick, ironically.
Yes, but as I think you have primarily predicted, pretty sure Guardians 3 will probably be his film.
Yes,
so
it feels
I think we'll work towards that, and he'll get a lot of stuff coming up. So maybe that's a little bit of why they didn't focus on him too much.
Maybe
there's more coming.
And just so we don't have to delve too deep into that later, obviously at the end, surprise, people come back, and Thor decides to join the Guardians. So my question is it a co-directed film now with Taika and Gunn?
Ooh.
Because it would add a bit of even more humour to Taika writing, "I thought I was directing this one," on Twitter when it got revealed.
Yeah. That's kind of cool.
Yeah,
I
I'm
like
like,
that, and
please.
I feel like they would work very well together.
Totally.
That would be amazing. I did hear, I don't know if it's rumors or confirmed or what, but I freaking Valkyrie in an interview confirmed Thor 4 or mentioned Thor 4. So there's that as well.
Mm.
But yeah, who knows?
Yeah. I mean, I get now why it's the Spider-Man movie that they have to wait until they're talking about the future. Because if they said anything about movies they're going to make, this, you'd be like, what? Like, because this is a whole new Marvel universe. Spider-Man is always going to be the small time kind of thing where nothing too much changes. So I'm like, the big reveal of post Spider-Man's going to be an exciting one.
Yes, very much so.
That slate is going to be good.
Yeah.
But one of the other time zones that we'll go to, because the other one has 2 crazy moments, and the reason they're doing this, by the way, is to get every single stone to be able to make their own gauntlet, basically.
Yep.
So 2 stones that existed at the same time is obviously the Mind and I think it's the Space Stone, both in Avengers in New York. I mean, it's the best thing that it literally is the perfect moment to get both of them is the Battle of New York. So they go there.
Yeah.
But it's like,
it's great.
God, bad timing.
And they just drop in for the Time Stone as well.
Yes. Yeah,
because they're doing that at the same time, and she's just there,
the ancient one,
also protecting the Sanctum Sanctorum from the alien invasion. But
which just is such a cool thing.
It's so good. It's like she's just there, just protecting her own house.
Yeah,
basically,
totally.
It's like a person in Australia protecting their house from a house fire. She's just like on the roof, just like I'm just keeping these aliens off the roof. It's so good. It's like, oh man.
It's such a cool... And I mean, I freaked when she pushed him into his astral form. I was like, are they going to split them? Is this going to be it? Are they going to split Hulk and Banner?
They're just like, nah, we just don't want to animate Professor Thor anymore, Professor Hulk anymore for a while.
Oh, it's scary. I was like, oh my God. But yeah, I love that they brought her back. And the film I watched yesterday was Doctor Strange, so that was a real fresh one for me. I was like, it's a lady.
And just the fact that, like, she knows everything already.
Yeah, totally.
Like, she knows...
5 years too early.
Yeah. She knows Doctor Strange. She knows that he's going to be, like, the best one. Even though she's sort of... That then goes to show, I guess, she was totally just playing with him at the start of the Doctor Strange movie when she's like, I'm not teaching you.
Yeah, totally.
She's like, she knows that's got to be him, right?
Yeah.
I hadn't thought of that until just then.
Yeah,
like,
right.
Yeah. What a bitch.
What a bitch. But, oh man, that was such a good little scene for Banner as well. Like, I like, as they said millions of times, that this is the third act of his little mini trilogy inside 3 films, and it's the perfect send-off. Well, not send-off, they're keeping him, but the perfect way of doing it. I was very happy.
Yeah, it's good.
But the amazing one is both the Mind and the Space Stone. They waited out until they've got Loki, so that big, beautiful group shot, and then Tony's in there and Cap's around as well, and they're going to steal the stones. And look, just to the point, the elevator scene. My God.
Oh, man.
That was incredible.
How the hell did they pull that off again?
That was just
so
mental.
Good.
And he said Hell Hydra, like the comic.
Yes, he did.
That was amazing.
That was gorgeous. Yeah. Man, what a good play.
That was,
it's amazing.
And the fact that they actually got Frank or Crossbones to be in there and it's just very, very clever.
Beautiful. What a
so
scene.
Good. These are the things, I want to watch it again just for these bits.
Yeah.
Some good stuff about Cap's butt, because Tony could look at it from afar.
It's so good. I love stupid. That. And can I just also just point out, which no one laughed at this, but I was like almost crying at how funny this was. When they're all standing over Loki and he's like, if it's any consolation, I'll take that drink now. And then Tony goes, all right, we can stop posing up a storm here.
Yeah, totally.
I was like, that's amazing. They're totally just posing. Like, that's so clearly just a hero pose. And it's like breaking the fourth wall almost.
Yeah.
It's like,
it
that
felt
is
like it felt like
gorgeous.
they just finished the shoot. The
Yes.
way they're all like kind of walking around.
Yes. It
Yeah.
almost makes me wonder whether that was just like a piece of dialogue from that.
Yeah, like when
Like,
they
from the
actually
end of the
finished shooting,
Yeah.
they were like, "Let's put that in the movie."
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, that'd be totally
So
be
good. I loved that bit.
That was
No one reacted at all. It's great.
We'll get to what is the craziest scene that pops up in this sequence, but down in the lobby, Tony grabs a disguise for Shield agent, and basically the plan is to give himself a cardiac arrest, bit of a heart attack, and for somehow the case was going to move. I guess Ant-Man ended up pushing it, but I was like, that feels like a tricky thing to get out of the way.
Yeah. Yeah, because he kind of kicked it, right?
Yeah, he kicked it across to Tony, and then because Hulk wouldn't fit in the lift, he burst out of the staircase and said, "Hulk no like stairs."
It's so funny and so clever the way they just did that. They just pieced two films and two different sections together so well.
Just perfectly. And then so because Tony then loses the case, then Loki picks up the stone. Which means Cap and Tony have to go back even further. But before that happens, we almost got what we wanted from that amazing artwork we got at Supernova. Or you got at Supernova.
Yes, we freaking did. Holy crap. I was like, please, they have to do something now.
Yeah.
But yes, Cap on Cap fighting. Amazing. So at Supernova this year, Will and I were admiring a single piece of artwork in particular that you almost bought as well, but you ended up getting a Spidey one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Which was our Cap and New York Cap, so OG Avengers Cap, both fighting Thanos at the same time. And it's stunning. It's so good.
So cool.
And we were just hoping that would happen, and we got pretty damn close, but they were fighting
close.
each other.
Yeah.
But, it was close.
Amazing sequence. My favorite bit is when he says, "I can do it all day," and he's like, yeah. Like,
yeah, I know.
I know.
That's great.
And I was very happy that he then didn't say it later. Because I was like, if you try and take that back and make it still a cool thing, I'm like, I can't do that. So I was very happy
like
that
when he does the shield, like when he straps on the shield harder and stuff. Yeah, I'm glad
I was like,
he wasn't like, I
don't
can
do
do this
it.
all day. Yeah, that was good.
I like that.
Just quickly back on Loki taking the thing. Where'd he go?
Yeah.
What's happening now? Is this the TV series?
Maybe.
Like
unless he turns up later.
Yeah.
Like, it turns up as I guess he'd be slightly older, but at the same time, Asgardians don't seem to age. But yeah, I don't... Because it's so sudden, but it's a thing. It's a break from continuity in terms of him.
Yeah, they changed the end of that movie. That's the one thing out of all the continuity that has majorly changed.
Yeah.
And now what?
So, obviously, big screw up. So, Cap and Tony have to go back even further to the 1970s, which was... it was so good.
It was. Man,
Like,
the de-aging of
oh my god.
Pym, again, even further.
That made... I screamed.
It was so good. He looks so good.
Because, like, they hid Kurt Russell's face a little bit in Guardians 2, and they took him way back. But in that, it was like, no, that's Michael Douglas.
Yeah. Oh, buddy.
That was so...
It looked so great. And the way that Cap was able to just sort of, like, twist a lie about the thing.
Yeah.
It just worked so well. And then you just get him, like, bursting out, like, holy crap.
Yeah.
I've killed people, or, like... Yeah. People are seeing stuff that they shouldn't see. Very good.
My god. And within that, the Ant-Man helmet.
Oh, OG Ant-Man helmet.
Oh my god.
So great.
That was the one moment in the film that I screamed and went, no one cared.
Yes, absolutely. No one knows this.
No
one is aware. Oh, it's so sad.
That was amazing. I wish in the Ant-Man film now that was what he was wearing. Because in the Ant-Man film, he's wearing the Ant-Man costume. Yeah. So I would love to know what the rest of that outfit looks like.
It's got to be like total OG, right?
Yeah, surely. My god. But, I mean, that's not the only person we bump into in that scene. We also get Peggy.
We do. Only for a fraction of a second, but...
Yeah, which we'll come back to later.
Which is nice.
A little bit of potential setup for something. But, of course, the biggest thing, which... I think I was on the verge of a little tear as well, was Tony reuniting with his dad.
Yeah.
And getting a proper talk with him.
That was real nice.
It was so good.
It's like, they really... I can't finish that. Well, I can finish that sentence.
I mean, we could.
People have
it's,
seen it.
Yeah, but it's fun just holding this for some reason.
Yeah. They did it so well.
Yeah.
Good on Tony.
Good on Tony. And just them talking about kids. Like...
Yes.
What an amazing
they're both at
thing.
exactly the same or very similar stage in life.
It's incredible. I'm glad they didn't go the full Back to the Future route with him saying his name to him and being like, maybe you should call the kid Tony.
Yeah.
I'm glad they held that off.
That freaking other name that the mum wanted to do was awful.
I'm glad you got killed by Bucky.
Yeah, it's not... Whoa! Damn. That other name wasn't even a freaking name.
No.
That's not a name I've ever heard before. It sounded like three names just jammed together.
God.
Ugh.
Actually, when he takes the Tesseract, the lasers that come out of his fingers, and then they have like an inside shot of the lasers coming through the thing. Like that, I was like, oh! I just reacted to that shot so much.
It looks real cool. Yeah. It's a very like hard cut. I was sort of like, wait, where are we?
Yeah,
what
totally.
just happened? What? Yeah, where are we looking right now?
But yes.
It was good.
It's very good.
And then, he gets his chat. And then, when he says goodbye, his dad walks over to the car.
Jarvis!
To freaking human Jarvis.
Yay! From Agent Carter.
Wait, is he in Agent Carter?
Yes.
The TV series?
Yes.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, no.
That's
so
great.
they canonized something that probably people still weren't sure about, because I'd assume Agent Carter can kind of fit in that realm of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and stuff, where it's like, how much of this is a thing?
Interesting. How do they do the Jarvis voice in the TV series?
It's not Paul Bettany. It's that guy's voice. But he has a very posh British voice, so it kind of just sounds like Jarvis.
Because that was Paul Bettany today, right?
No.
Like, in the film. Really?
No.
It was very close.
Well, that's the point.
Yeah,
this guy is very much Paul Bettany.
Good. That's good enough. Because I was like, I can't tell whether that's
totally.
Paul Bettany in old man makeup or something, or but interesting. That's good.
Yeah.
I'm glad that that guy sounds like Jarvis in the TV series as well.
So there you go. I mean, that makes me... I'm hoping Disney Plus... I assume they'll put Agent Carter on there. Because I really want to watch that series.
Yeah.
But yes, they all make it back, except we've got to talk about Vormir and Morag.
We do.
Which were the other two. I want to just point out, before we get to Vormir, that Nebula could have said, by the way, guys...
I didn't think of that either.
Yeah. I mean,
should know... Yeah.
Here's the thing, though, actually thinking about it, and look, you've seen the film, you know how it goes down. I wonder if... and apparently there's no deleted scenes, like there's everything in this movie. I wonder if there is a scene of her talking to Tony and Cap and being like, pair them up. And her, like, because you could put Clinton and Banner there, and it's like, well, that didn't work. Like, Clint doesn't love Hulk.
Yeah, it has to be very much two people that, like, care about each other. And there's not many other groups of people that do that in this film.
Yeah. So yes, Widow and Banner go to Vormir, get the usual spiel from Mr. Not actually Hugo Weaving, but it sounds a lot like Hugo.
You said Banner just then.
Oh right. What was I trying to say? What did I think I said? Black Widow, maybe?
No, because you said Widow and Banner, but you were thinking Barton, I think.
Barton, yeah, that's what I was going for.
There you go.
Yeah. But who else would actually say Barton? What a douche, Will.
I don't know. Where are you? Are you okay?
So yeah, they get the usual spiel from Not Hugo Weaving, which it's so funny because that was such a huge reveal in the other one, and in this one it's like, oh yeah, there he is again.
Yeah, they're back.
It's like
they got the Not Hugo Weaving guy back again.
Yeah, like okay, and not gonna lie. As soon as, like, I mean, they used the actual proper music as well, which was Will's very favourite thing. But, and there's a lot of uses of that you'll flip at. Way more emotional than Thanos and Gamora. Like, 700 times more. Because sure, there's that sort of, I guess Thanos loves her in a weird way, but it's like these two characters have a history. We've seen a lot of it. It's like, this feels desperate. This feels intense in a way that, Gamora did die, but it was like, yep, I guess he had to throw her off. Whereas this was like, what's going to happen?
Yeah.
Like,
I must say, I did feel it, but for some reason, I was not overly emotional about Black Widow dying here.
She's got a movie coming, and it was very difficult to care.
I think that was potentially why.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was just like, I feel the emotion here. I can feel how much pain they're both in about which one's going to die and stuff. But I'm like, I don't know why, but I don't think I care all that much.
Yeah, I definitely had that. I would have only cared if it was Hawkeye.
Oh yeah.
Like, if they threw
but then
him
he's
off,
got a series too. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Anyone that died has a series.
That's so true.
It's so weird.
It's like, very odd.
Alright, Vision stayed dead. Vision's not back. He's got a series coming out.
Yeah, but Suri downloaded him onto a USB.
It's true. He's just got to come back. But it's like, it's so weird. Like, so many characters.
The Loki series, I'm still not sure how that's going to be.
That's why I'm thinking, like, now he's got the Space Stone, he can just travel around and do whatever he wants.
What a witch. That'd be great.
Yeah, in, 2012. Like, he can just do that. Yeah, whatever.
That could be fun. But yeah, I totally agree. The way I'm saying it is that it is a more emotional scene than Thanos Gamora, but totally, I wasn't worried in the way I was in the Thanos Gamora scene. I was like, oh god, is it actually going to happen? Whereas in this one, I think also that, knowing exactly how it had to go, you're like, I know someone's going to die. Whereas when they get to Vormir in the other one, you're like, I don't know what's about to happen.
Yeah, that was a bit of a shock because, we didn't know that someone had to die at that point in time. But yeah, here we knew, but also you're sort of like, you can't kill Hawkeye because he has a family. She's the only one that doesn't have anything.
And she's
other than, as they said later, the Avengers are her family.
Yeah.
But
she's just like, she has an entire scene where she says, I have no purpose in life.
Yeah.
So it's hard not to throw her off.
Pretty much. She had to be the one that goes. Because Barton, far out. It's a thing. Friggin' Hawkeye. He's got to see his family again. There's no way that wasn't going to happen. Yeah. So, it had to be her.
I think my new background when the movie comes out will be him in the Soul World with the Soul Stone. Like, who'd have thought that was going to happen? Yeah, for sure. Him mirroring Thanos in this, like, okay movie.
Yeah, that was super weird. I almost thought for a second, though, you were going to say, my new background is going to be her lying on the ground. I'm like, holy crap, Will. I knew you were a dark man, but please.
Rotating. Do you want to hear my joke about the premiere?
Oh, no.
I
do, but no.
Even Sam was like, whoa. I was like, it's really rude that at the premiere, Stan Lee didn't even turn up.
Oh, bro.
Man, what a dick. Biggest movie in the Marvel history, and he's like, I'm not going.
I don't know who's a bigger dick right now. But let's move on.
We actually didn't touch on his cameo, which was in the 1970s sequence.
It was
which
very
made
quick.
Him the OG Stan, the Stan that a lot of us were familiar with, not the one we know and love, but the one that kind of was the Stan Lee of the comic era. And I thought that was, I don't know how they managed it, but that is, I think, the way to finish, having him at his youngest, I guess.
It was pretty cool, yeah, and the fair enough bumper sticker and stuff, that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I dug it, for sure.
I mean, I actually still think Captain Marvel's one was a better send-off. I think something about that cameo is perfect.
Oh, it was so beautiful. Just this exchange of smiles. Oh, it was just... and still warms my heart.
I don't know if I mentioned it in our podcast, which you can check out on Spotify. That wasn't even quick or like coy. That was I'm just going to talk real. But in that sequence, the music, which ties to the opening crawl, it goes dim 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 dim. That's the music that plays as she walks into the train and sees him. So it's like the opening crawl became his theme for that movie.
Yeah, right.
Which is really nice. It's not on the soundtrack, though, and Will did not like that. But yeah, so if you do catch Captain Marvel again, have a listen. Because they used the opening crawl for his cameo scene, which was
Nice.
So lovely.
I'm pretty sure it's still out, so you can still catch it.
Yeah,
my parents
totally.
saw it on Sunday.
There you go. Go get a double billing. But yes, so they got that stone, but over on Morag, which will when the theme the Come and Get Your Love came in, I was like, oh my god.
Yes, it's happening.
And you know the best thing for Will was that it was a clean version of the opening sequence without all the text, which is something I've wanted forever.
Ah, yeah, nice.
And
Very
then of
true.
course they cut out and he's just dancing by himself.
And singing so badly.
And I just love to think about the fact that they went, Chris, so we need you to be in your old costume. And we're actually going to like do this really cool thing where it's like behind the scenes, it's going to be really cool. And they got him to set and they were like, okay, shot 1, sing and dance like an idiot. All right. Okay, we'll move the camera. Shot 2. Just do that again. Karen, smack him in the face. And that's it, Chris. You're done for the day. Like, what?
Yep. See you later. You can, you're done.
Yeah, and Rhodey, of course,
Great.
calls him an idiot, which is what Gamora called them, and I love it. I like that idiots is Guardian's second name.
Yeah. They just keep tying it together.
Yeah.
They just kept doing that. There were so many references. Honestly, this movie, you have to see nearly every single movie.
Yes.
Like, you nearly have to see every Marvel movie to understand everything that's happening. It's so good. You could probably get away with just watching a few.
Yeah.
But if you want to understand every reference and every
laugh
joke,
at everything.
other than like there's references from comic books, but if you just want to understand, like, there's so many things just from every film. You need to see it all. And I think I've terrified my girlfriend at that thought of doing that. But one day I'm going to sit her down. We're going to watch everything.
Watch everything.
Great.
I've just realised we're almost near the end, but something incredible, which will... I mean, he obviously didn't have the whole plot in his mind, but certain bits, Will was like, I see where this is going. But when she gets the stone, the orb, and then suddenly shuts down, I'm like, what the f*** is going on? And then it turns out that the two nebulas are running on the same software, on the same, like, database, and so Thanos is able to look at both of them. I was like, what? Where are we going?
Yeah,
like,
right.
My entire brain shut down.
Yeah, right. Because I think when they were like, because they said that earlier. And then when they were about to travel back in time, and I was like, she's not going to be able to. They're going to stop her. I picked that bit.
Yeah.
But
just the idea that he...
Yeah, that they are running on the same network.
That was such a cool way to do it.
Great concept.
And the reason she had a little bit of orange on her head, I guess, was just so they could do a bait and switch.
Yeah, that'll do.
Like...
Why not? Why freaking not? Holy crap, that was ridiculous.
So
strange.
If she didn't have it on her head, then she wouldn't have had to change.
Yeah.
Like, just change costumes.
Yeah, and no one would have noticed either.
No one cares.
Because no one, when she got back to Earth, no one talked to her.
No.
No one looked at her or talked to her because it was all about Black Widow dying. And then no one saw
just leave and open the portal.
Yeah. Like...
So dumb.
So bizarre. She didn't need that freaking gold thing on her head at all.
No. I mean, fine. Like, whatever, but...
It was kind of funny. And I guess they did it because, more figures.
Totally.
To release.
Oh, yeah. I now know... Oh, no, we're not there yet. But, so they get all the stones... they get all the stones back. Hawkeye's sad. And they make a gauntlet.
Oh, that was great. That was beautiful.
But when they're making the gauntlet and it's so quiet and they're putting the stones and then Rocket just goes, boom!
Yeah.
I was like, why?
It's so dumb.
And they didn't even say anything. They just look at him like, you dick.
Yeah, why? Why the hell did you do that? Yeah, again, like, Rocket's freaking fantastic in this movie, but he's only there to just break a bit of tension all the time.
Yeah, every time.
So bizarre, but he does such a good job.
Yeah, it's so funny. Yes, and I love the explanation that the only person, maybe, that can wield all the things is Banner, because he can take in some radiation. Like,
yes.
I liked that as a thing.
It was a weird thing, though, because he was like, he started explaining, like, gamma, like, it's all gamma radiation, so... And you're like, yes?
Yeah, so
Like,
how
so
much
where's-
can you take?
Yeah, explain some more science, please,
Mm-hmm.
because I don't think everyone in the cinema understands gamma
Yeah, totally.
radiation and the effects of it and why this is fine. But
Yeah.
okay, just continue. That's cool too.
I guess
Why
it's
not?
because earlier on he says he absorbed a little bit more to meld himself with the Hulk. Like, he pushed gamma radiation into himself to kind of slowly become Professor Hulk.
To go half.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I
yeah.
guess that's what his... But at the same time, that was a subtle thing early on, so...
It was,
a little
yeah.
bit
They
more
could
would
have
have been
maybe added a little bit more just to go,
Hmm.
I've got this stuff and I know my body can take gamma radiation, which most bodies shouldn't be able to,
Yeah.
so I'm pretty
That's all
sure
you
I'd be
needed.
able to take a little bit more
Yeah.
power. Yeah, just a little bit more. But they just sort
Yeah.
of trailed off. There was a big gap of no words, and then he just puts it on and goes for it.
But of course... But I love that... Actually... So Nebula obviously brings Thanos to Earth. That's the whole goal of her sneaking back on board.
Indeed.
I love that it works, though. I love that the snap works. That before
Yes.
everything goes to shit, he is able to snap. Barton gets a phone call from his wife. Like, I love that they don't toy with that for too long. I like
Yeah.
that it's like, they've got everything, let's just do it. Let's not
Yeah.
hold that off any longer.
Yeah, and they don't he puts it on, and then there's explosions everywhere, and they didn't get to click
Yeah.
or anything like that. It's like, no, everyone's
has to do
back.
it.
It's
Yeah,
fine. These guys are just screwed, and
Yeah.
they're just fighting for their own life and trying to keep their stones away from Thanos.
Yeah.
Very good.
And it's at this point, I would like to point out, after the destruction of the Avengers facility, that the Russos once again were pieces of shit, and that they didn't give us the first 30 minutes.
No.
There's clips from everywhere.
Yes, I feel like there was also parts from halfway through the film that
Yeah.
were also
Absolutely.
in the trailers. But, I guess it sort of made
I don't
those
care,
bits...
yeah.
It made them a little bit more surprising.
Yeah.
Because we didn't expect that to happen.
Yeah. You're like,
It was a
"Oh, it hasn't-"
weird fake out, because
Yeah.
it seemed like they faked out a whole bunch of scenes, but then a whole bunch
They popped up.
were later.
Yeah.
Very
Strange.
weird.
I'm not trusting them anymore. They said that it wasn't called Endgame. It was called Endgame. They said that it was half an hour. It was the entire film. I'm just not going to listen to them anymore.
It's hard to, yeah.
Yeah, I can't.
Especially
I mean,
after all the promo things.
Yeah.
They're like, maybe the entire trailer was just a big fake out. It's like, shut up. I hate you
Screw
guys.
you guys.
I love you. You're brilliant, but
Yeah.
I hate you so much.
Stay away for a few years, you shits. But yeah, so they come to Earth. Thanos, once again, is a lazy bugger, and is like, hey, Nebs, go find the thing. I'm going to sit down for a bit. Like,
Yep.
you're such a lazy shit.
Yeah. Oh, man. And can I just point out as well that after all this time, since Avengers 1, the end scene where he says, I'll do it myself, he
still
does
hasn't.
nothing.
The only thing he does is click.
That's all he does. He does nothing to get any of those stones. Everyone else does every bit of work
douche.
for him.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
The last.
What an
The
ass.
last. But once again, the reason the Hawkeye opens this film for a reason, because he gets overrun by the aliens, basically. The aliens from Alien that were in Infinity War. They chase him down, and then he gets confronted by two Nebs and a Gamora, and I'm like, this is Hawkeye and, like, the Guardians, like, in a intense... I'm like, have you read my dreams? Like, what have you done?
It's ridiculous.
It's such a cool scene. But I don't know if I liked the resolution of it, which is just shoot old Nebula. Like, it was a bit like, I don't know, I kind of wanted them to try and help her or something.
Yeah,
but,
a little bit of a fake out, cop out.
Yeah. But whatever, it's fine.
It's fine.
And we have Gamora back?
But where was she? That's one of my
Where did she
questions.
go? Yeah.
Where is she? She's not anywhere at the end of the film. She's not seemingly on the Benatar.
Quill's searching for her, according to the screen.
Yeah.
Where does she go after as we'll get to a scene that happens that's very exciting, where does she go from there? Because she doesn't really pop up for any fights after that exchange.
Not at
Anyway,
all.
we'll get there. But yes, there's that's thing. So we get good Nebs back with Gamora, and a fight happens between Cap, Tony, and Fat Thor. I was really hoping that he would lose weight. Him in the suit being fat was like, but he did get braids in his beard, but he was fat.
He did. The braids. Where did they come from?
Oh, we should also...
Lightning power can braid his beard now?
Yeah. We
What?
should also point out that when he is in the Dark World, because that's what we'll say, he gets Mjolnir back.
He does!
But yes, so he has both Stormbreaker and Mjolnir, which is very important for something that happens, which was my good friend Sam's favourite scene in the whole film.
Oh, yes. It was freaking mine.
Yeah, it doesn't take much.
Can we just jump to that? Because there's not much.
Not much. There's a little bit of fights between the three of them. It all kind of doesn't work.
Thor's about to die.
Thor's about to die, and he calls... Well, it seems like he's trying to call for Mjolnir. It comes, smacks old Thanos, and then it retreats. And you're like, has he got a hand free? But it passes him, kind of like Force Awakens, and lands in someone else's hands.
They did it!
Oh my god.
They finalized the Chekhov's gun after so many years.
And I love it because, like, the line of dialogue, what Thor says is, I knew it. Or something like that. It's just real quick, and he's like, I always knew it.
Yeah. Oh,
which is really nice.
But yeah, because the shot of it is just the hammer just lifting straight up. And I just leant over to my mate, and I was just like, Cap. It's got to be freaking Cap. It's got to happen.
Yeah. Oh, you're that dick.
I'm sorry. I couldn't help it. I was like screaming and laughing and clapping, and that was the first point at which everyone clapped.
Really?
And cheered and stuff. Yeah, that was
Holy
it.
Holy shit.
Yeah, right?
Every scene had a cheer, almost, for me.
Yeah, I wanted more. I sort of tried to start more, but
Did
like
they
a little
cheer
bit
for
quietly.
the group up shot in New York when they showed the shot from Avengers?
No.
What? People lost it.
Yeah. I wanted much more
strange.
out of my audience, but I didn't get
People cheered over friggin' Tilda Swinton popping up. That's the chosen one. Or the ancient one.
Yeah, I wish.
Screamed.
Yeah, I wish I got that. I was hoping. Yes, or just not like. I think I was in a fairly low socioeconomic area of Melbourne because everywhere else was sold out. So I think if I was like in the city or somewhere a little bit more, cityness. It probably would have been much more exciting because you get all the nerds there.
Yeah, okay.
But I wanted much more, but I was enjoying the crap out of this movie.
So yes, Cap can hold Mjolnir now.
And he did a lot.
A lot.
A freaking lot. It's his now.
He goes, kind of. And then, I mean, even though he has Mjolnir, it all kind of goes to shit. And they still get beaten down by Thanos. And then there's, like, this incredible pause where nothing is happening. There's just lots of looking, and like it's after. And actually, this is the moment where Cap starts battling Thor with Mjolnir and the shield. Thanos breaks the shield. Yeah, just smashes it to pieces and
shatters half of it.
This is the other moment that I was talking about musical continuity. The score that underlines this is when Tony gets stabbed, and I was like, "Holy shit!
Ooh.
Is it about to happen?"
I like that.
Like, I was on edge because I was like, this is it. It's like, dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, okay.
And I was like,
in the scene, I don't remember if it's exactly in the trailer, whether they added it in post or what, but when Cap does up the shield again, his arm is almost in two pieces.
Yeah.
There is a huge gash right down the middle of his forearm. Mm-hmm. It is enormous. So he's literally holding his arm together.
That's why he does it, yeah.
With the shield, yeah. Because, like, he does it and he puts it together in the trailer and you're like, oh, yeah, that looks painful, but he looks very burnt and sore and stuff. Yeah. But I don't remember seeing an enormous gash, like, halfway into his arm. Mm-hmm. I don't know if they're allowed to do that. That seems like a Red Band trailer thing.
Well, what was the moment? There's a moment where just blood pulls out of someone's mouth, and I can't. Oh, when Hawkeye's taking stuff down, when he takes that dude down, he's on the ground and he's clutching his throat, and blood just pools.
Yes,
and I was like, "Wow, okay."
They're going for it.
Yeah, I guess there's lots of blood on Vormir for dear old Widow, but we'd already done that in Green. But yeah, so there's a kind of a pause after Thanos beats Cap down, and everyone's kind of gone to shit. And this was my, oh my god, it's Cap moment. I went to Sam, they're all alive. And then I went, shit, I am so sorry. I was like, I shouldn't have said that.
Yeah.
Because then milliseconds after, Cap gets a call from Sam, and they all start popping through what Zara coined the yellow circles. I was like, you could have called them magic circles, you could have called them, I don't know, teleporting thing, you could have called them orange circles, which are what they're closer to.
Or like Doctor Strange circles, or,
anything. But no, she's like, the yellow circles.
Yellow circles. Very good.
Which we will hold to the end of time.
Absolutely.
But yes, they all start popping on through. We're starting with Black Panther, because, Black Panther. Very cool.
Just imagining the little bongo popping and stuff.
Yeah, totally. Oh my god. Okay. Let's just keep talking about people coming through, but this is a section of the film that I am not sure about.
Mm-hmm.
I actually didn't enjoy that much.
Okay.
I'm just not a big fan of big CGI armies, which is why I couldn't really enjoy Lord of the Rings for a lot of the time. I'm just like, I have
fair.
no emotion in this. There's great scenes within this that I was cheering for and stuff, but the general idea of it I just didn't care for, because we'd also kind of already done it in Infinity War. Like, I kind of wanted this just to be our heroes all fighting together. So having this massive sea of people, I was like, alright.
Yeah. When this happened, I was like, we're doing this again.
Yeah.
But the thing that I think pulled it through for me a little bit more was the fact that they combined the two groups of armies.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, this is cool. Like, they've got the original Avengers group.
Yeah.
And they've also got the Infinity War group. And I'm like, all right, that's kind of cool. They've got two groups of separate armies. I was still like, we're doing the army thing again, where it's just heaps of people battling and we're going to get little shots throughout that battle. But, both groups of armies was kind of cool.
Yeah. And it was cool seeing all the Chitauri and stuff. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I won't say it was bad, but I just was hoping for something smaller or something just a bit more personal.
Yeah.
And just at times it didn't feel that way. But one thing I just need to point out about this entire battle is Sam Falcon flies towards like a big Chitauri, stabs his wings into them, and he's like, ah! And I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
I was like, that's cool.
Where has that ever been in
totally.
In any Avengers movie ever?
That was incredible.
Like, his suit cannot do that. It has never done that before.
But I was happy.
And yeah, sick.
That was very cool.
I guess that leads into how awesome and powerful he may become in the future. And important, but we'll get to that again.
We'll get to that. One of very few other things that happen, apart from... Oh, actually, no, we need to talk about the reuniting of Peter Parker and Tony Stark.
He got his hug.
He got his hug. He's like, I was here, and then I was going, and then I was dusting, and then I was in the Soul World, and then Doctor Strange came, and he was like, oh, it's been 5 years, they need us, let's go! Like,
yeah.
That was great.
Just straight up. It's like, they're just doing the things.
Yeah.
And, and then he's like, he basically says, and then he, like, opened the yellow circles.
Yeah, totally.
He's just like...
He basically says that, yeah.
He pretty much says that.
Have you got any moments in this that you really liked in the fight sequence?
Well, I guess we just need to reach the next bit before we get there. I guess the passing of the gauntlet.
Yes.
They just keep sort of passing it from person to person to person, whoever's like available and not getting overrun by aliens at the time. But then we hit Thanos calling basically just blow up everything, kill everyone.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter anymore. Which happens for a little bit. No one dies, except probably just aliens.
Yeah.
And maybe some Wakandans, probably.
Yeah, wow.
But then all of the rockets go up into the sky, and everyone's like, what are they firing at? Of course, it's Captain Marvel. She comes back just in the nick of time, bursts through a ship, as she did in the other movie. Yeah. It's like, all right, fine.
We all knew it was coming.
Yeah, I did like, because everyone's like, oh, she's too OP, she's just gonna, like, change the, like, tide of the battle and stuff, which she sort of does, but not, I didn't think, any more than anyone else majorly affected this film, because she ends up getting just punched down by Thanos as well. But before that, she goes and grabs the gauntlet off Spidey.
Yeah.
And then he's like, oh, I don't know how you're going to get it through them. Well, she just flew through a giant ship, so I'm pretty sure she's going to be fine anyway. But then we just get all of the girls.
Yeah.
All of them just teaming up together. We got a tiny little one in Infinity War, but this one we get all of them.
The A-Force is formed.
It's so good. It's so good.
I just love seeing Wasp. Wasp is just my favorite.
Yes, the fact that she just kept popping up, I'm like,
yeah,
I'm so happy.
I like her.
She's just so, I don't know. She just brings joy when you see her. She just seems like a happy person all the time. That was probably the highlight for me, was just seeing them all just standing in a row. I'm like, hell yeah, this has to be a movie now.
There's no way that's not set up as well.
Very much so. And you even get Shuri doing stuff.
Yes.
Even she's
got
like
a little
fighting a little heart out with her little
Panther fists.
It's so good. Good.
And before we get to the moment, because it's very close now, within the battle we also get a quick bit of Star-Lord shooting some Chitaris, and then he comes face to face with young Gamora, or at least the Gamora that was about to know him within an hour. She would have met him, but she'd never met him before, and he gets really close to her, and then she kicks him in the nuts.
She certainly does.
Twice.
Yep. And he doesn't understand what's happening.
Yep.
Great.
And I wonder if he does in the end. Like, I know there's a line about her being like, this is the one and stuff, but I feel like he wasn't listening.
Yeah, for sure. He just got hit in the nuts. Nothing makes sense when you get hit in the nuts.
You don't listen. I am intrigued by that setup.
Indeed.
But yeah, so Captain Marvel, Thanos gets the gauntlet off her again, because that happens, and they have a little battle, and the coolest thing, she's so close to getting it off, he just rips the power stone out, smacks her in the face, and I was like, that was cool.
Crazy.
That was so cool.
Freaking crazy. What a move.
And what a clever thing, like, it's the only stone we've seen that someone held and to be able to use the power as well. Because it's like in Guardians, that's what happens. So it's cool that they were able to make, like, there's a reason that worked already, which was really cool. Yeah,
we've seen it happen before, so why not do it again?
Yeah.
Yes. And then we come to...
I'll sit back.
All right, and then we come to the moment. We get Iron Man. Basically, at this stage, obviously, Thanos has all the stones once again. He's about to snap. Iron Man looks over at Doctor Strange, who looks back and basically just holds up one finger, saying, "We have one chance."
Yeah.
And then you get Iron Man running over, jumping on the gauntlet, and Thanos is just sort of like, "The hell's going on?"
Yeah. What are you
hits
expecting?
him off. Yeah. Like, what are you doing? It's like the same. He keeps giving that look to different Avengers when he's a little bit impressed with, wow, they're actually trying. This is sort of impressive. It's great. Because he does it with Cap when Cap holds him back in Infinity War.
Infinity War, yeah.
But yeah, and then he goes to click. We don't see the back of the hand where all of the gloves, where all of the stones should be. And he goes to click, nothing happens. We go back to Iron Man, who has all of the stones floating around his hand until they all attach to him. You can see how much pain he's in when he does this, and then he gets his so very, very slow, I am Iron Man. And then he clicks, and it's so good.
Oh.
It's almost his last words.
Yeah. Because yes, it does happen, everybody.
It does. Yes.
The fact he gets to say I am Iron Man is just incredible. Like to be able to I love full circles. I love it. And for them to have nailed that.
What a callback. Oh, it's gorgeous. And yeah, that basically using all of those stones nearly kills him because it almost basically destroys like half of Hulk. So it's going to do it to someone who has zero powers. Basically nearly kills him and then kills him. Basically burns the whole right side of him, and Spidey is sort of the first one on the scene, basically like, you're going to be like, it's going to be fine, please, don't leave, basically. And then Pepper comes over and is like, it's okay, like, we did it. You can
rest
sleep
now.
now. You can rest now. It's
Yeah.
okay. And then that's it. And hot diggity damn.
My God.
What a scene.
I feel like,
Mhm.
and this is as Will, and there was something that made me thought it might have been, but then my brain was nowhere near it. I feel like no one saw this as a thing. That this would be how it ends. There's just nothing that just like, as we will get to Cap, it's not much, it's not exactly an ending, but for the character that, everyone flocked to these films for, to actually put a full stop in his life. No one, I felt, could have expected that. I was like, oh yeah, they'll do something, he'll retire, whatever, or go to a different, but not this. I legitimately was shocked.
It was so good. Oh man, I'm feeling it now.
I'm
feeling the power in our conversation right now.
Good.
It's so like,
yeah.
it's so poignant.
So we're here now. We're here. There's a funeral.
We are.
That is the thing that happens. Hawkeye does reunite with his family first, and that's lovely. But yes, the funeral happens, and the theme I was referring to, I feel like it is a guitar version of the Iron Man 3 theme. My brain kept hearing it.
Cool. Okay, interesting. I like that.
Yeah, I'm almost certain it is.
Okay.
So I hope it is. And it's a perfect thing.
It's so gorgeous, and it's just the slow pan of everyone at the funeral. Firstly, they put the flowers. Pepper puts the flowers in the water, and it's got the proof that Tony Stark has a heart little thing, which you just bought.
I did.
Basically
just bought that,
so good. And then we get the slow pan over the entire funeral, and it's just basically like, look how incredible our cast is.
But also look at what that character allowed us to do. This is all because of you, Robert Downey Jr. / Tony Stark. It's
just gorgeous. And then we get the one guy
no one cares.
No one knows who it is at all, except for Will and I feel. I don't know if anyone...
I don't think so.
Anyone is going to pick up on who that kid is. But Harley from Iron Man 3, the little kid who's now like a 20-year-old guy.
Yeah, looked nothing like...
Not at all.
We would know him.
No. He's just standing there in a suit at the funeral, crying and wiping away tears as well, by himself. And it just pans around to like all the heroes that you see in most of the movies, and then past him. I was so excited. I was so happy.
Yeah,
I mentioned to you today that out of everything that is happening in this film, or that I was thinking about in this film, that is the one thing that I was like, they've said he's going to be in it. How the hell is he going to be in it? What's he going to do? Where is he going? Where are they going with this kid?
Yeah.
Fine. I don't care.
Yeah, that's it.
Like, they'll probably never use him again. If they do, fine as well.
Yeah.
That was great. I'm so glad they got him back in, because it actually shows that he cares.
Yeah, and it just solidifies the universe. Like, this film is all about going, hey, every single movie matters here. And including him made it matter. Like, it made Thor Ragnarok, Thor Dark World matter. Why not bring that little gem back?
Yeah.
I want Star-Lord's black jacket. I want his black leather jacket. I'd really like that, please.
Right.
He had a black version of his Guardians of the Galaxy 2 jacket. And I'm like, I don't know
if I picked up on it.
Well, everyone was in black, so even if it was their normal costume, it was like a black version of it, and had a black, and I was like, oh, I would like that. Although Rocket was still in his normal costume, and I was like, come on, mate, join in, little shit. So did you cry here?
Not in the funeral.
Okay.
Only when he was dying.
Right.
And when he died. That was the most poignant part, and then afterwards I was just looking through all the characters, and I'm like, this is just stunning.
So the only point in the entire film that I teared up, legitimately, this is not a joke, was when Happy asked his daughter, what would you like to eat? And she said a burger. And I was like, how dare you?
Because again, that is the full circle. Once again, they did it.
And like, I was already crying, and then Happy looks like he's about to break, and I was like, oh no.
He does. Oh man. And
I'm literally crying a little bit now.
I feel like that's almost Jon Favreau crying at the fact that like this is it as well. He's done it as well.
Yeah, totally. This is his full
his,
circle too.
His work as well. Like,
yeah,
we have, I think, a couple more beats to go.
Yeah.
Cap going back in time to replace all of the stones.
Yeah.
And then when they try and bring him back, they can't get him back.
Come back.
And they're like, "What's happening? What's happening?"
And we all know.
Thing. They're all freaking out. But then there's an old man sitting nearby. And it's Old Man Cap. Old Man Cap, let's do that, Cap. Please.
They did it.
Yeah. But he essentially, let's just sort of fast forward since it is 1 a.m. I think my roommate's asleep now and we've been going for an hour and a half. He passes on the torch or the shield to Falcon, which is great. It was either going to go to Falcon or Winter Soldier.
I think I'm happy with Sam.
Yeah.
I think that's the right choice.
Like we said before, he seems to have somehow just suddenly become super overpowered now. So why not give him the shield? And then it's Falcon and Winter Soldier have a TV series coming out, right? So they're probably sort of going to share it. Like
share the mantle.
They're both going to continue on with Cap's legacy, which would be great. And they're just so funny together anyway. Yeah. It's going to be like a buddy cop sort of thing, but they sort of hate each other, but sort of don't. So that's going to be great. And then when he holds up the shield, we see a wedding ring, and then we get a shot of him finally having his dance. Yeah. Back in time. So obviously he's very old now, but then they snap back to not snap. Bad word.
That's
Yep. So they cut back, I guess, to him probably around when he first gets married or whatever. Peggy Carter in their own house, having a bit of a dance. It's very, very nice. That's where the movie ends. Yeah. And then let's talk about the final beat, the post-credit scene.
Oh man, it's not there.
It's not there, but there's
credits.
There's like there's that, but the end. Yeah. There's like a weird sort of clinging.
The tinking, yeah.
What is that?
That's Tony. Tony in the cave.
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
that's what I would have assumed it is.
Interesting. Yeah, okay. Cool.
Yeah, start and end, bookended with the first movie and
yeah, right. I like that.
But within the credits is also such a cool thing. For our OG6, they all have their name emblazoned with some great clips and their signature in the middle. That was so cool.
What a beautiful thing.
Josh did lean over to me and go, like, not you. And he went, "Is that their signatures?" I'm like, what else would it be?
Come on, man.
But yeah, I loved that. Dude. I loved that. And just one thing to note about Cap and Peggy. Sam and I were talking about this. What if that was always the husband that she had, but she just couldn't tell him?
Ooh.
You know how she says that she had a life with another man and stuff, and we never see that other man. So, what if that's the other man that but she just never told the world?
Yeah. Wow, that's cool. I like that.
Because it's like it's an easy get around that it's the same universe, blah blah blah. So,
very true. Yeah.
But yeah, as much as there's things in this that I wasn't too happy about, it's just they did it. The Russos did it.
Yeah. I feel like they nailed it for the most part. Like, very good. Good send-off for the characters that needed to be sended off.
Yeah.
Sent, whatever.
Yeah.
It's 1 a.m.
It is 1 a.m.
I have a couple more things.
Yes.
Just like a couple of little fun things. Not too serious, so we can just quickly discuss these.
Good.
Captain Marvel's haircut.
I'm glad they made a joke of it.
When I saw it, I was like, yes, very good. I really liked it. I like her long hair.
I liked the first one. The one at the end of the movie, I was like,
I don't remember I didn't take much notice, but when you first see the haircut, I was like, hell yes, that is Carol Danvers. That is the comic version. And then just a couple of things that my mate and I were talking about on the way home, which I thought were pretty funny and I discussed with you as well. So these are much more dumb things. So obviously we see Spider-Man go back to school as well.
Oh,
Peter
God,
Parker
that almost
goes
got me
back to
crying
school
as well.
That was beautiful. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was so good. But it just got us talking about the whole like school system now. So a bit of like a dumb joke. Any of the students who had homework when they got dusted, do they still have to hand that in? What happens then? And that was the dumb one. But a bit more of a serious thing. The kids that were in Peter's year that didn't get dusted are now like 20.
Yeah.
And so half of Peter's year are going to be kids that were 10.
Yes.
Or something like that are now his age suddenly.
I mean, that's just furthering my idea that Far From Home is set before Infinity War, because that entire...
It's a lot of OG kids, right?
Yeah.
Unless they just all got dusted.
I guess so, yeah. I mean, that's an easy solution, but...
Yeah, I guess that could have happened. But yeah...
Yeah, that's a good point.
It's very weird.
We've just CGI'd some of them. They're actually all... There's like 4 20-year-olds. The Flash is a 20-year-old now.
Yeah. That'd be so good. But yeah, so there's like...
That's a very good point.
The entire like school dynamic is going to change completely.
Across the world.
Yeah, anyone that dusted kids are coming back to, their school years are going to be like...
Where do you go?
I guess 50% different?
Yeah.
Because some kids maybe continued going to school. The 20-year-olds aren't going to stay in year 9 or whatever.
No.
If they were in... if they were still 15, or if they weren't dusted when they were 15. Real weird. So yeah, I'm thinking about that now, like sort of a bit more logistical.
That's strange.
I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued to know whether they'll even bother doing anything with that.
Yeah.
Probably not. Why bother?
My little timey-wimey joke was the fact that how dare poor Scott Lang's kid age like 15 years and he ages none. Because it's Paul Rudd.
Absolutely. He wouldn't have aged even if he didn't get dusted.
Yeah, even if he did the 5 years.
He hasn't aged in 30 years. Why age him now?
No.
Madness. Absolute madness.
Very
but
good.
Hot damn, what a phase.
What a journey.
Yeah.
I hope Thor
what
doesn't
an
stay
11
fat.
years.
That's my one takeaway from this movie.
What was that?
I hope Thor doesn't stay fat. Because it seems like they're making the joke of that. And I'm like, I hope he...
Oh, that's one last thing.
We didn't talk about.
He says the Asgardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, he does. So whether they're going to call it that.
He freaking does it. He says it.
He says the thing.
Absolutely. I'm yeah. I know we sort of brought that. We sort of brought that up before.
Yeah. But he actually coins it.
That he actually says the line, which is a thing that, again, that's your dreams. These are your dreams. They're your wet dreams.
Yeah. In every form. Oh my god. Yeah. I am that the slate that is dropped the week after Far From Home is going to be one of the most incredible things.
The freaking the post-credit scenes.
Yeah.
Or at least the one post-credit scene that will be leading to whatever the next movie is.
It's going to be an interesting one.
Yeah. What is the next...
Who knows?
Is
Black Widow is the possibility.
And Guardians 3? Is that next year?
No. It'd be Doctor Strange 2, Black Panther 2, and Black Widow as possible.
Sure.
One of them filming here. So keep an eye out on that one. But yeah. We don't need to talk about this anymore. You can, though. This, I am going to do... I always say it, but I'm going to do the best of my abilities to put this on YouTube. So if you're listening to it there, please comment down below what you're thinking. And I mean, spoilers, so say what you want. Anyone that looks has done the wrong thing. And if you're listening to this on Spotify, the same. I will chuck this on the Facebook as a link, and please talk to us there. But try to keep that one spoiler-free if you can, because... Yeah. That's for public viewing. But please,
where we won't keep it spoiler free is on our Discord.
Yes.
So you can jump on there by going to patreon.com. Donating anything on there will be super helpful for us, and that will get you into our super secret Discord. Yes. I think we have to make a completely separate Endgame thing, because I think our current spoiler channel is being used for Game of Thrones.
Yep.
And so I think we need to... Sweet. Yeah, we
Yep.
definitely need to keep that Endgame free. So, and I think Lucas was just commenting in the spoiler-free section saying, so when are we talking about Endgame? So now we have a place to do that.
Yes.
But yes, very good. Please chat to us. But yes, until then, I'm going to bed because I have a lot of people coming to check out my apartment tomorrow.
That's fair.
Whew.
All right, everybody. Good night.
Good night. Sheep out.
Will out, and the Doctor for whatever I want to be called.
Whoever, yeah.
Good night.
Let's do it. End game.
End game.